I hate speed bench, and what do I do about it? I hear this all the time. People hate the speed bench. There's something great about a box squat for dynamic effort work. There's something awesome about it. There's something that feels good about doing dynamic effort speed deadlifts. And there's something that sucks about doing speed bench. And we all know it. But we're afraid to admit it. But I'm not afraid to admit it. It can be a little rough on you, man. I'm not going to lie. It can be a little tough on the shoulders and the elbows and shit like that. However, I think it's important. When following the Westside Barbell Conjugate System, I think it's important to employ some sort of speed training on both the upper and the lower body. However, how often do you need it? I don't know. Do you need to do it every week? Don't know. But I do know this. If it hurts, then you probably don't need it. If it's like, killing your shoulders and killing your elbows, you need to come up with a slightly different plan. Joe Soria off of Super Training Gym Facebook page. Yes, we do have one. So go on there and subscribe or be our friend or like it or however the hell you do it. Trying to use less F-bombs, but they are going to slip out. Sorry about that. I stopped that one, but there's one coming any second now, man. I can't help it. Let's see. So anyway, Joe, he says he hates, well, he doesn't say he hates it. He said he alternates between speed bench and a rep day, just as I have recommended to Jesse Burdick and to many other lifters around the globe over the last few years. We used to have guys who would come in to the gym 2 or 3 days a week. This is a 4-day-a-week program. You want to come into the gym twice a week, you want to come to the gym 3 days a week, that's fine. But your twice a week or 3-day-a-week routine is going to yield 2 or 3 day a week results, and it will not yield 4-day-a-week results. I don't care how you do it. And you can't be training at another gym. You got to be training at ST. That's the way it works. We're a team. So we've had that happen over the years, and I know people have different schedules and stuff. I'm not trying to bash anyone in particular or anything like that, but it's a program is set in place by Louis Simmons, who's put this thing together. It's not like he just rolled it together. He rolled a bunch of papers together and threw it in a blender, and came the Westside Method or anything like that. This is tried and true. This is stuff he's been using for years, and it's stuff I've seen firsthand. I used to train at Westside Barbell. It's stuff I've seen when I've gone back to Westside Barbell. You see guys like A.J. Roberts and Dave Hoff and some other guys hitting some huge benches, along with other guys in the gym hitting some pretty outstanding raw benches. So it's not even just a geared formula. It's gonna work for everybody across the board: football players, boxers, MMA guys, anything, you name it, basically. However, you are going to have to make some tweaks to it, just as you're going to have to tweak anything else that you ever do. Any advice you ever get from anyone about anything has to be tweaked somewhat, usually. Except for your mom. You should listen to your mom. You should be nice to your mommy. That would be a good idea. But, you're going to have to tweak some things a little bit. And the way that I've tweaked this for some of my guys and for some people that I know is to either A, do dynamic effort work 1 week and repetition work the next, or to do dynamic effort bench 1 week or 2 weeks in a row and then do like some sort of overhead press. So you're just kind of mixing things up and switching things up a little bit. How do you do the repetition effort method? How do you utilize it? There's a few different ways you can do it. You can simply, instead of doing the dynamic effort bench at all, you could skip it and do a couple real ball buster sets of dumbbells. Grab a dumbbell that you think you can handle for 8 to 10 reps and bang it out for as many reps as possible. Maybe do 2, maybe 3 sets of that, or do 1 set on an incline and 1 set on a flat, something along those lines. and move on into your regular assistance work. And the other way of doing it is to utilize the repetition effort method just on the regular bench press. So what you do for that is, what I would suggest is you do 6 sets of 4, or 4 sets of 6, or 5 sets of 5. And see, the repetitions are still not that high, because on a normal dynamic effort day you're doing 8 or 9 sets of 3 reps. And in this case we're just doing slightly more reps, not a ton of reps. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set the percentage higher, and I would advise against, for this one particular week, I would advise against using bands or chains. You also might want to look into utilizing the slingshot. For myself, actually today, this morning, the workout that I did, because I'm starting to feel some discomfort in my pec a little bit, I did all my speed work with my, well, not all my speed work. I did actually most of my speed work without the slingshot on, but I didn't use any bands or chains. I used to use straight weight, and got up to around 365, and then added the slingshot and did about 4 more sets. So adding the slingshot from howmuchyoubench.net can definitely help save your elbows and shoulders on those creepy ass dynamic effort speed days where you're just thinking everything's going to fall apart. What the repetition effort method does, by utilizing a slightly higher percentage and by using no band and no chain, you are slowing down the bar speed. You're slowing down the herky-jerkiness of it, and there's going to be less acceleration. There's going to be a little bit less force development, but it's just a controlled movement. You do your 5s to 5. It's just in this motion here. I know it's real boring to probably watch me do that, but that's about the speed you should be moving, instead of on a dynamic effort day where you're trying to really drop those weights down in there and press them back up hard. So it's going to be a little bit different way of doing it. I personally do not really do anything but regular speed work, except for on occasion. I'd say maybe every 6 or 8 weeks I'll switch things up and do something slightly different. Just as I did today, I didn't use any bands or chains, and I also utilized the slingshot for about 4 sets or so. Anyway, Joe Soria, that's it from supertraining.tv. If you hate speed bench, now you got the tools to avoid some speed benching. Later.